We're certainly going to see a slowdown in 2019, but also in 2020 the predictions are that global growth won't be as strong as originally have been predicted. The IMF itself has also turned down the initial predictions and said there's going to be a slowdown in growth across the world, particularly driven by slower growth in parts of Europe and Asia, specifically China, which is of course a big driver of the economy. But we think that the US will have still quite strong growth in the future, so that will certainly be one of the key drivers of it. We certainly see a slowdown of the global economy driven by some of the major economies, but also some fundamental structural issues which remain or have risen in the last year or so, particularly when it comes to debt. Both corporate debt, for example, in the US is, I think, double of that what it was in 2007, but we also, of course, see huge government debt in parts of China and Asia, and also, of course, in Europe, particularly in Italy, but also other countries have too high of a debt burden. And then, of course, we see much more concerns around trade issues, this impending trade war between China and the US, but also across the world. There's huge concerns about the future of trade and the trade system and the global trade system, which is impending growth. And then in Europe, of course, we have Brexit, we have the upcoming European elections, we have the change of leadership in Germany, which all contribute to uncertainty when it comes to the business environment in Europe, but also globally. In Davos this year, we had quite intense discussions, particularly around the current global system and how we're seeing a real breakdown of the global system today based on preliminary four issues or four concerns. One of them is certainly around the complexity of this global system, which has increased significantly due to population growth, but also many other factors. And we just see a much more complex, interconnected system. The second part of this is that we see a much more speed and sort of rapid developments, particularly when it comes to technology, which are driving this system in a very rapid pace and with a very rapid pace. And thirdly, we're certainly seeing that the current systems that were initiated or founded on very different principles do not work anymore. So global governance lags behind when we think about the current system, and also some of the things like global AI frameworks and how we deal with some of the new technologies. And then lastly, certainly there's a societal change where we see societies really uprising to have more say in what is happening currently in the world.